Well, Ichi. Hi.
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 I don't really have anything
Hi.
for this.
Yep. I got the Zcon Zax. It's nice. I like the music.
Let's see, I got the Drive Icon X, or the Drive Wide Watch, the X-Aid Wide Watch, Ant-Man figure art, a bunch of Rube Crystal sets, the Rube Crystal case, and... yeah.
That.
Oh my god.
So, people have been posting Flabber fan art in their fucking chat, because that's the thing to do, apparently.
Oh, yes, just to let everyone know. Oh, well, first off, let's cue the roll call.
Okay, thank you. Why did I... No, cut this part out. It's not good. I ruined that part.
We are live!
Connect. Loading. Broadcast.
Equipment wielder. Newcaster. He doesn't see you.
Loyal and loud, Pinkcaster Lane!
Explorer from the unknown. Yellowcaster. Auto Guard.
One little spark of courage! Dreamcaster! Global South Perga!
Shining through the night. Spellcaster. Blade.
Broadcasting hundreds of opinions across the world!
Radio Sentai Castranger.
On air! Welcome everyone to Radio Sentai Castranger. Blaze, what Pokemon are we at?
Ursaring.
Yeah!
I was gonna say we should say the fucking number first.
218.
217.
Damn
I
it.
think.
No, it's 218. For
Is it?
sure.
217.
It's 217.
Well, fuck you.
217.
So good news, everyone. Our talking Flabber doll has shipped, and it will be here next Wednesday.
Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm sorry for interrupting, but I just searched for Beetleborg's Flabber on Google image search. I'm only like 3 pages down, and you'll never guess what I saw. The Castranger logo.
I think that's influenced by your own search history, though.
Yeah, but I haven't searched for Castranger on Google search.
Oh, you know what is a cool thing for us right now? If you type in Radio Sentai on YouTube, first thing that shows up is Castranger.
Well, yeah.
Like it's like I didn't do it with my phone. My friend, when I was in Dunville for Thanksgiving, because we didn't mention Thanksgiving happening in Canada last weekend. Because we're Canadian, we're proud of it.
Yep.
And when she was like, "Oh, what's your podcast
I'm not.
name again?" And I'm like, well, fuck you. She's like, "What's your podcast again?" I'm like, "Give me your phone. Go on YouTube." It's like, and subscribe.
Yeah, we are slowly approaching the 400 YouTube subs.
Oh my god! I just found this fucking picture for like a VHS tape.
Oh yeah, I had that tape.
Look how scary like everyone looks. Like Wolfie actually looks terrifying.
I actually had that tape.
I
as a
think
kid.
it does look pretty scary there.
And Flabber's just like Beetleborgs. Am I right?
What the hell is going on here?
There appears
Go
to
watch
be
the Beetleborgs.
someone on like DeviantArt or Flickr or something who seems to have a gallery that consists almost entirely of Count Fangula Bishonen fan art.
There's so many things that are great about this box art because A, the Beetleborgs, the feature characters are just shoved
just
right
on
into
top,
the top
yeah.
there. The feature characters on the box art are the side characters, the monsters, who have nothing to do with this. And the cherry on top is it's the box art for Curse of the Shadowborg, but it doesn't have the Shadowborg on it.
Which one of those is the Shadowborg? Is it that blue guy?
It's the Curse of Shadowborg, not the Curse of Frankenbeans.
Oh.
He actually kind of scares me.
Wait, is Frankenbeans, Wolfgang, and Flabber the Beetleborgs?
No, that should have been an episode where just like the Hillhurst monsters and Flabber just like imagine themselves as the Beetleborgs saving the day. That would have been amazing.
I'm gonna tell you right now to hold on to that thought until next week.
Oh no!
Someone, I just remembered earlier before we started recording, someone pointed out that the main character's name is Drew, and the characters come from comic books.
Yeah, I didn't know. I figured it just hit me in the middle of watching it, and I thought you guys all would have figured. Like, I thought it was obvious, but I didn't notice until this point. But
Not even once did I pick up on that.
Obvious. That the second you said that, I was like, oh my god, my life is a lie.
All right, well, before we get any further, I just want to do a thing that I've been neglecting that I want to try and do every week. So, for those who happen to be tuning in and have no idea what the fuck is happening or who we are, we here at Radio Sentai Castranger are a gaggle of Toronto-based geeks who get together every week to talk about tokusatsu shows, including Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and anything that we can loosely describe in that category.
Yeah.
We've been doing this show for over 4 years. We love it. It's the best part of my week. We have awesome friends, awesome fans, and awesome guests. So if you're listening for the first time, thank you so much for checking us out, and I hope that you enjoy what you hear.
Yes,
But-
all three of those awesome things.
You could be listening to Kaiju Sentai Ultra Ranger, new episode out now. Sorry, Asahi, no witnesses.
Gar's over here having a fucking aneurysm.
I kind of wanted to say,
Fuck!
it's basically been 1 year since you guys let me on for the first time, and I kind of just wanted to say thanks.
Yeah.
Please, you killed it. Let's try that again.
Because being on the show has meant the world to me. Because it's nice to have people that I can actually talk to about something I'm passionate about.
Well, I'm glad that we could provide a community like this for you.
Yeah, let's take another drink.
And you too could join that community by logging onto our Discord server.
What's
Yeah!
A pony.
We're a friendly bunch.
I hate that I'm correct.
Actually, Discord isn't a pony.
I don't care.
He's Q if he decide, fucking, I'm going to the My Little Pony universe.
Sure.
He doesn't know who Q is.
Isn't he
Star
actually
Trek.
voiced by Q?
What are we talking
Yes, he
about?
is.
We're
Like,
talking
he's
about
voiced by the
QB
guy who
from
played
Madoka,
Q.
right?
No, Q from
From
Star
Star
Trek.
Trek.
Oh, I know that
Q
one.
John
would be
Delancey.
awesome.
I know that one.
Yeah, he voices Discord.
Anyways,
Anyway, so this week we're talking about Kamen Rider Zeo episode 6,
as well as 6.5,
Patranger episode
35.
Yep. And
For the second week of our Beetleborgs themed Borgtober, episodes 26, 27, and 28 of Beetleborgs, aka the first half of the Shadowborg arc.
cool,
Oh, hail to Shadowborg.
cool.
Can I just
Wait.
Can I just
Wait,
say
we're-
before we start Zeo, I saw Venom this week. It was really good. And before I left work today, which is Friday, October 12th, there was one kid that actually walked in, and I shit you not, looked like Eric from that 70s show.
Like Topher Grace?
Yeah, he looked like Topher Grace. I even mentioned to him, I'm like, you look like Topher Grace. And he's like, who? I'm like, main character from that 70s show. He's like, who? I'm like,
Oh.
actual Eddie Brock from the Sam Raimi trilogy. And he was seeing Venom.
I love that movie.
And he's like, and his friend's like, Eric. I'm like, oh. I was like, you dumb fuck.
Well, now I hope he's listening.
Were we only supposed to watch the first half of the Shadowborg arc?
Yep.
This was the first half of the Shadowborg arc.
Yeah, 26 through 28. Did you watch beyond that?
Yeah, I watched the entire thing.
Well, now you're ready for next week.
Well, there, you're ready for next week. It's
I was so stressed out because it's like, I gotta
it's
watch
like a bill
6
payment.
episodes.
You pay more.
Anyways, let's get into it.
I'm most of my notes are pointless.
So, the episode opens on something I think they should have shown at the cliffhanger of last episode, where even though another Fourze was defeated and another Faiz was underneath him, another Fourze respawned back onto him,
Yeah, you can, like,
the
self
rule
back
that,
on, yeah.
ignoring the rule that they could be defeated by their armor counterpart. This was,
Oh, that's
Is that the
interesting.
only reason? Like, is that the only way on how they can beat them?
yeah.
Do you
they
think it
supposed-
has to
they
do with
stated
the
that
fact
in-
he's two?
They said that in 2.5 that the another riders can only be defeated by their counterpart armors.
Well, that's lame.
That's how you get functionality out of all of them.
That's lame. So you're saying
That's not even the worst thing in this show, so don't you start on that.
You know what? I'm gonna go clean my shop.
Oh yes, so as promised, I rewatched all the episodes of Zeo, and I counted all the times so far that Woz has said Wagamo, and he has said
Oh, we started the Wagamo count?
Yep, so he has said it a total of 6 times so far, because in episode 5, he said it 2 times, and in episode 6, he actually wasn't in it at all.
Yeah.
Woz
there was
did
a
it once.
Because Gates was the one who got a new form, and Woz don't give a fuck.
No, he's not hype man for Gates.
You're not my Mao.
Waga, get out.
Which then Ichi made the greatest fucking joke, which we'll probably use for a future thumbnail, but we thought of combining Woz with Fourze Bear from the Muppets.
Oh, yeah.
Wagga wagga wagga.
Wagga wagga.
I like that one.
I was laughing so hard.
Wait, so
which you would have heard if you were on a Discord server.
Would that be, would that make the main character, what's his name?
Sogo?
Soup. Other Soup.
Subo?
Would that make him Kermit then?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be king!
Yay! You're gonna die! Yay!
No! Wait, does he turn into Constantine when he turns into Omazeo?
What are you doing? Well, I just see how fun it was. What?
Wagga wagga.
Wagga wagga. I'm a writer now.
Wagga Mao.
Wait, who would Gaze be?
Gatesby?
Gonzo.
Skeeter.
Gonzo.
Yeah, Gonzo. He'd be Gonzo.
Gatezo.
That would be
He fires
great.
himself out of cannons.
The Great Gateso.
Yeah, the Great Gateso.
Who would Soup be?
Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy.
I don't know.
Skeeter.
Sogo!
Come, my little Sogo.
Oh, my little Sogo, how are you, my little Zio? Oh,
This is the Faiz phone.
What have we done?
Oh god.
We just made the show better.
If we don't see fan art of this, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, I had a little frog in my throat. Hey, isn't that right, Kirby? Please don't drink.
If you or someone you know can draw and likes Toku, make this.
Ryder pension.
See,
the thing is, I suck at drawing Toku, like armor and stuff. Like, really badly.
Just the Zio, the series ends, then we get an announcement for the crossover movie with like the next writer after Zio, just for having a crossover.
For some reason, I thought
Kamen Rider the puppet.
Crossover with
Kamen Rider
Muppet.
ticket.
Oh god.
Oh god.
We're doing a sequel.
Jennifer.
A studio.
So, anyways, during the episode.
Yeah, so pretty much the whole plot of this episode was, oh my god, this high school girl got killed in 2003, and the guy who's another Fourze has been trying to, like, keep her alive all these years because he feels bad that he wasn't there when she got killed.
Wait, 2003?
Yeah.
Who was the one who called that last week? Was it
Faiz.
Blaine?
Because this was the Fourze and Faiz arc.
Ryuki?
No, it's 2002.
Ryuki?
Is it the Ryuki arc?
Guys, gonna watch the Ryuki episode.
Ryuki?
So
what's a Ryuki?
This kind of got really convoluted, but the idea was in 2003, Sakuma, who is clearly a reference to Takuma from Faiz, was supposed to take Karin, who I think is probably this series' analogy to Kageyama, who are both members of Lucky Clover from Faiz. No, I don't have a flowchart. It didn't quite get that crazy. So they were supposed to meet to go see a meteor shower, but he didn't show for a reason they never explain. And her response was to walk into traffic. And they called it an accident, but I'm like...
the way it cut away...
I believe she did that on purpose.
The way it cut away, I thought they were going to reveal she didn't really get hit by the car. But, like, it was weird, because, like, she walked down the stairs, and then there was a fade, and then it faded back into her just lying on the ground in front of it.
Yeah. But the way, apparently what happened after that is Aura recruited him with another Faiz ride watch. So now I'm thinking that Aura specifically targets people who have friends or family who are dying in order to give them a call to save them. Because that's why she's done it. But apparently what another Faiz did between 2003 and 2011 was just like absorb people into blue fire in order to keep Karin alive. And I figured out what that's a reference to. It's the fact that Orphanox are revived through their own like blue fire thing and stay in their human forms forever.
Wait,
why does that picture of Flabber look like it's wearing a GQ driver?
Why does it look like Wink Yahoo from Uh-Oh?
Oh my god.
Well, he just generally looks like Wink Yahoo.
Yeah, that's
Well, now I'm just thinking.
Kamen Rider Flapper!
Wasn't it proven in Faiz though, where it's like the Orthodox were just like the next evolution?
They were like a natural.
The X-Men.
It was sort of like a naturally occurring mutation in some humans, but not all humans. And the idea behind the Orphanox is that
only a handful.
If you had Orphanox DNA in you, you were allowed to survive beyond humanity, and they were trying to take over humanity.
Yeah, because I remember in an episode Kiba and the Swan.
Yeah,
like the Swan Orphanox. Yuka. They accidentally killed the guitar guy, the scorpion one. Can't remember his name.
Snake? Kaitou?
Yeah, Kaitou.
The snake.
Yeah, the guy with the broken hand.
I don't remember if that was him.
Yeah, he was my favorite character, which I can't remember his name. It's been like a few years.
Yeah, the hat, right?
Yeah, the hat.
Kaitou. He was the best character.
Yeah, in which they accidentally killed him in a scene, and then at the end of the episode, he comes back. It's like, what the fuck? I died.
Because Orphanox.
Yeah,
the Orphanox can only truly be killed by one of the rider systems.
Yeah, and look at the Kaiser.
Yeah.
Kaiser gear. Oh, those poor bastards.
Yeah, the idea behind the rider gears in Faiz is that if you didn't have a little bit of Orphanox DNA within you, you could not use them.
In which that blew my mind when, spoilers for Faiz.
Spoilers for a 15-year-old show.
Yeah, spoilers for Faiz. It is a 15-year-old show. That when Takumi turned into an Orphanox, that kind of surprised me, but I was like, oh shit. I did
so
not.
Toei wasn't just being dicks when they wouldn't let Mari transform.
Yeah.
There was a plot reason.
There wasn't sexism in our Rider series.
I mean, it probably still was sexism, but they probably made up a bullshit reason for it.
But yeah, so in the episode, Gates goes ghost. I'm going ghost.
I'm going ghost.
And another Fourze just decides to fuck off.
What?
So when I was talking to Raven about this episode, and first he thought that they were fighting another Fourze in 2011, but they were actually in 2018. So when they bring him back to their apartment, Raven was like, "Did they just bring Takumi through time?" But I'm like, "No, this is the 2018 version because this is where." Because they came back from 2011, whereas Soup, along with Faiz and Kaiza, were in 2018 at the time, because she didn't go back with them. But, so they bring Takumi back to their base, and he introduces himself as just a dry cleaner, which means that...
He's still doing the dry cleaning business after 15 fucking years.
That, but
which
also...
means he's just been freeloading with his best friends for the last 15 years.
More importantly... As we see throughout the episode, the Faiz timeline has already been erased. So Takumi and Kusaka aren't riders anymore, but they still, A, know each other, and B, Takumi still works at the dry cleaner, even though before the series started, he was just a wandering traveler and met them as part of the events of the show. So,
well, it could just be that...
Good point.
It could just be that it did happen.
You know what I have to chalk this up to? It's the same thing as what happened with Build. Even though Sento and Banjo only met each other because of the events of the show, when their timelines got erased, they were just normal people who happened to know each other.
Yeah. Or think of it this way. The reason why...
I'm gonna need more pop for this shit.
When Takumi became Faiz, he his bag got switched with the female lead. I can't remember her name. Mari. So, which he chased after her, and then he hung out with Mari. And then Mari met with... Keitaro, and thus maybe it still all just happened. It's just Mari didn't have the belt.
That's safe to assume
because Mari knew not Kenzaki.
Keitaro.
Yeah, knew Kaiza.
Kusaka.
Yeah, because they already knew each other from elementary school.
Ryusei Juku, which is actually pretty nicely referenced in this episode.
They actually did a good job of doing the those things both mean shooting star without it being super confusing, even in the subs. So.
Yeah, because Ryusei, Sakata Ryusei Juku. But yeah, so they bring Faiz to their house, and he introduced himself as just a dry cleaner with a vested interest in what's going on. And then they give him like a hot beverage, and he's still got his nekojishi, his cat tongue. He's still sensitive to hot things. Very nice reference.
That was his character trope.
Yeah.
Yep.
He legit could not eat hot things. It was an actual thing.
So over the course of the first,
welcome on Q Ranger then.
So over the first half of the episode, Soup and Gates put together the mystery on what's happening with Karin.
It was really cool seeing them actually like sitting down, like looking at the pictures. Then Gates is like, wait a minute, look, she's in like this picture from 2011, this picture from 2003, and stuff like that.
She looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Well, that's just.
And it turned out.
I'm not going to say that racist joke.
And it turned out I was correct. She was a fucking zombie.
Or fuck.
Pretty much. She was being kept alive with Faiz's power, so you could say that she was basically an Orphanok.
Did she get her own Orphanok exclusive form?
No.
What the fuck, guys?
That would have been awesome.
Come on, Toei, give us... Do what Decade did. Give us an original... Like, yes, there is the whole another rider design, but I like what Decade did, where it's like, they got the original creators back for the monsters and made a new, like, monster from show.
Yeah.
So it would have been nice to see, like, a new Orphanok.
But it's really interesting because, like, in the same way that another build could create best matches out of people, another Faiz could absorb people and power up someone like an Orphanok to keep them alive.
Also thinking about it, he still killed one girl before Gaze defeated him.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
They still kind of fucked up.
Yeah, and...
Did all the people not come back when...
That's something that didn't really get addressed. Well, and I love that, like, when Gates fights another Faiz in 2003, Aura starts getting up in his face, and she's like, "You're not going to save anyone if you let this one girl die. Except if another Faiz doesn't happen, then all of the girls that got murdered over the next 15 years should be saved." So yes! Yes, he is saving someone! A lot of people!
Well...
What exactly, like, does that, like, will they confirm if that happened or not?
I feel like they don't care enough to mention all that, but it's kind of important.
Wait, is this
I think that's something they should really care about.
Part 2.
This is part 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then.
Part 1 was more about Fourze, and part 2 was more about Faiz. But also Fourze.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Right? Right? Isn't it dumb?
That's so dumb.
Isn't it infuriating?
Like, you got...
To have one of my favorite shows be paired up with one of my least favorite in a 2-episode arc?
Which is what?
But it got paired up with with Lane's favorite.
Oh, okay. 5 after 4. That's so dumb. That is honestly... Can I go slap the head writer of the show? Be like, no.
Also, the uncle got a radio that he was repairing, and apparently it's a radio from 2003 that was in Faiz.
It was a radio that was in Faiz.
Was it the bazooka?
No, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if it's the Faiz sounder? But no, it was just a radio that was in one episode of Faiz. And he makes this like long-winded metaphor about how, if we replace the parts, something will still work. But is it really the same thing inside?
And then that basically explains exactly what Karen was, yeah.
That's how they figure out that Karin is a fucking Orphanok zombie.
Well, wait. Isn't that like the true message of Kamen Rider though? Like
that Karen's an Orphanok zombie?
Live and let die.
No, the other thing where it's like, even if you are still you, are you really?
Are you the same on the inside?
Yeah, like think of it. Takumi still has his memories, but he's an Orphanok. Is he still the same person?
Yes.
Really?
Sure.
It kind of dives into the big Shotaro Ishinomori question. What does it mean to be human?
Sure.
Yeah. Good job, Faiz. Also, I want that Faiz figure art, but Toku Dave selling it for like $60. I don't feel like paying $60 for it.
I love, even though Kusaka isn't a rider anymore, he tries to fight another Fourze, and there's this one scene where another Forze's got him by the neck.
Oh, shit.
And we're just like, yes! Snap his neck again! Do it! Do it!
And he
did. Did you do it?
No, he just like throws him down.
Oh, right, because this isn't 2003. We can't brutally murder people on television anymore.
When we were watching the earlier episode, Lane and I were just like, in every continuity of Faiz, Kusaka gets murdered, so why is he here, alive? But then we figured it out. The Faiz timeline already got erased.
So he
didn't die.
Still be what about Kiba then?
He's probably alive and well, living a normal life somewhere.
With his girlfriend.
With his girlfriend who didn't cheat on him.
There's no continuity of Faiz.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. She cheated on him.
I know.
She moved on, and then he came
was
back,
dead
and
for a
she
month.
was in a year.
Whatever it was.
It was a year,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Get over it. It's been a year. I don't feel that way about you anymore." And Boyfriend's like, "Yeah, fuck you," and then Kiba kills him.
Yep.
I'm sorry. That
I love that.
That just sounds happy.
Right?
Good for him.
Kiba's living somewhere with his fiance. Yuka and Keitaro probably got together, and Kaido is still leading the Blues Brothers.
Aww.
Guy is still living a life that he feels like isn't worth it.
It's
not having fun.
It sucks. It sucks because like Kiba's actor passed away a few years ago. So rest in peace,
exactly.
sir.
So just to think that he got a normal life, even though he's not around anymore, it just sounds happy.
Yeah,
because that poor boy, he was ill for like 10 years.
So
like even before they started filming. I feel sorry for
What I really liked that was really like it was kind of clever what they did. So when like another Faiz like comes into being or something like that, it goes back to like a clip from Faiz when like Mari's like trapped in the van and like the
I
elephant.
think that was from like episode 2.
Yeah,
no,
I've
3.
never seen that.
2 or 3.
The elephant orphanox like in the car. So you see like a clip of Faiz, and you can actually tell someone did a side-by-side comparison between like the original clip and the new one, and they remastered the footage.
Oh yeah, the Blu-rays.
Like they really care about this. Like they're not.
He's like jumping up to do
at all.
He's jumping up to do a rider. It's a Crimson Smash, and then like it just cuts to a clip of him just like getting hit in the air and like dehensioning, and then he just kind of like gets up. He's like, "Huh? What?" So it was actually pretty clever that they were able to like clip all this footage together of like.
And yeah, that footage of him falling was from a different episode of the show because that didn't happen in the actual episode.
Oh,
did they? Didn't they do the same thing with X-Aid?
Yeah, they had Gates launch into an actual episode that was happening.
Yeah, episode 2.
But since that show was only 2 years ago. But yeah, the question that Face Core is asking, so wait, if the Faiz timeline got erased while battle was happening, did Mari die?
Oh.
Probably not, since the timeline got erased, the Orphanox weren't a thing anymore.
She wasn't in jeopardy in the first place.
Here's a joke.
She's in double jeopardy.
Even though I don't watch Zeo, wouldn't it be funny if when they go to the Deno timeline, instead of erasing it, they just make things better? But like everything gets fixed in the Deno timeline.
We get Takeru Sato back.
Because everything's
how can they
already. Because remember that channel in the future?
Yeah.
That was twisted off from everything else?
Yeah.
Nope, that's saved. Everyone
I don't know much about
back to normal.
I don't know much about Deno, but I've heard before like someone like on this show, someone's like it took place like outside of time, like is where some of the characters were from.
Yeah.
The Denliner is set between time and space.
It's sort of like the end of time.
How is that going to get erased then if the scenes from the Denliner take place between time and space?
That's a good question.
We'll find out when we get there. How does Decade? How does that get involved in all this?
Because no, and you know what, I was talking to Ichi about this, and he kind of agreed with me on it. So,
what
with Decade, he travels through dimensions. Time doesn't mean shit to him.
Yeah,
he just another Decade's here. Fuck you, bye! Teleports away, dimension portals away.
Lane's argument is that because Decade was another anniversary series involving him going to the other shows, Lane's argument is that Decade does not have his own timeline and thus it cannot be erased.
No.
Yeah, he does.
I think that's a little far-fetched.
Because his show doesn't exist in another time, it exists in another dimension.
But
it's an alternate universe.
Other dimensions still have timelines.
I'd like to say maybe
what about episode
but,
1 of Decade?
Yeah.
Wasn't the entire point of Decade that that all the different dimensions became one?
Yes.
But episode 1 will agree with that would exist in that timeline, like not Natsumi's world, because that's in the recurring timeline for Rider now.
It isn't All Riders versus Die Shocker set in Decade's home dimension?
I think so.
Yeah.
It is, because they go back to Decade's original timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Or universe, whatever you want.
World.
Is Decade still called Decade, even though now one of the original Heisei era riders is gone?
Huh.
Huh.
Well,
isn't it based because he's the Decade season as well?
if he's dimension hopping, chances are it doesn't affect him.
I am Kamen Rider 1!
Actually, that's an
Well, wait, there already is a Kamen Rider Ichigo.
That's the thing that
Beckett shows up and like, who the fuck is hurting my power? Remember this? No. Do you remember how in Decade, when he used up all the cards in episode 1, they go blank?
Yeah. He's just watching all of his cards go blank.
Just
blank.
How all the... Okay, let me finish the joke here. Remember how in episode 1 of Decade, when he finished using the cards, they went like gray?
Yeah.
Blame Zio. Zio erased him.
Oh no, Zio!
Zio erased him from the timeline. Shit, what happened?
That's why I had to go to different dimensions to get the cards.
I hope we get...
Guys, I figured it out. You know who's Omazeo? Narutaki.
No, I was about to say, they need to have Narutaki's actor come back for the Decade portion.
Perfect sense.
Again, we've never...
Like, it would actually make sense.
We never found out who Narutaki was.
I would be so fucking happy.
Oh, here's an idea. What if Narutaki was
had
just...
lyrics? I'm sorry, that was...
Go ahead. You said it was Narutaki, and then she said had lyrics. Parental floss.
Oh no, Reggie Kado.
Well, they would probably be that. You're right.
You were saying, Gar?
Sorry.
As I was saying, what if Narutaki was a member of Foundation X?
I would be ready to believe that.
And that's why he followed Decade throughout the other 9 worlds. And then other members of Foundation X dealt with the Neo Heisei era.
Yeah, I can see that.
Foundation X. X is Roman numeral for 10.
X versus O.
Oh!
Just Foundation X needs to make... like this has to be it. It's the end of the Heisei era.
Right. What I was going to say is... yeah, it'd be funny if they get to Decade after erasing all of the first 10 Heisei riders and he just has no powers left.
Henshi!
There's no Decade to begin with because there's no riders to destroy.
Right?
Like, unlocks his belt. Henshi puts it back in the cart. Like, puts it back in the driver. Just, it doesn't work. Card error. The fuck? Well, oh yeah, that's the sound that the card makes.
It was just reminding me of the sound from Jeopardy when they take too long to answer.
Anyways, sorry about that. We were like that's a great thing about having a rider based around time is that you can just theorize for fucking days.
Wait. So does that mean he could go back in time and defeat Hitler?
No.
Does that? Wait, but no. If he stops Hitler, then that means there's no Shocker, and with no Shocker, that means no Kamen Rider.
So we
and with no Kamen Rider, that means no one went back in time to kill Hitler, which means there's Shocker.
Wait, a Kamen Rider went back in time to...
We'll discover Omazeo's true plan to go back in time and kill Shotaro Ishimori.
The guy who made Kamen Rider?
Yeah.
Anyways, so
probably killed his
this got very weird. I'm sorry.
So we find out the reason behind Kusaka being a total creep face. So the reason he's even pursuing Karin is because she was one of the students from Ryuseijuku, which was the school from Faiz where they were searching for the Orphanaut King, and everyone there was an Orphanaut experiment.
Yep.
Wait, wasn't that school abandoned?
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyways, the idea is she was a former student of Ryuseijuku, but she's still young, whereas Kusaka's older now. And he knows that something's going on because she's still young, so he pursues her, and he finds out what's going on. And Karin apparently wants to cut off this whole charade and, like, die for reals, which is why she actually asked him to throw her off the roof in the last episode.
Oh, hey, it's a
But another Fourze ain't having none of that shit.
Hey, it's a
So it kind of was a suicide.
Well, homicide, but you know what I mean.
Well, no, it
Wait
was
a minute. So
suicide.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
He was able to track her down, but no one else was able to realize, hey, and every time there was a murder of one of these girls at a school that all happened to be 18-year-old Libras, there was always this one student with the same name who looked the same, who looked exactly the same, like the same age every single time in all these different schools.
Everyone else is stupid because they just changed schools every time that the heat got too hot.
Hey, remember when the Heisei era was like heavy on death, and they just didn't care about it?
I mean, Gaim did nuke America and build black hole most of Japan.
I hope they just get to Agito's timeline and just like Soup encounters an unknown and she just gets stuffed into a tree.
No.
That's one rich and hearty tree.
Soup, oh my
god! No, she gets stuck
Tree
inside
soup.
a can of soup. She becomes what she is.
Soup's on.
She gets drowned in a bubble of soup.
And then Agito
She goes back in time and starts Campbell's.
No, and then Agito slides into that DM with his hover bike.
Wow.
There also was a part in the episode where, like, Aura finds out that Schwartz put another Fourze ride watch in him, and she was like, "Wait, what?" So she didn't know that Schwartz did that.
So clearly, the Time Jackers are like not super friends.
No.
Gar, you're
And, also, it could just be that like they take place in like different time periods because obviously they don't exist all at the same time.
Okay.
So it could just be that he did that before, and then he just did it later.
Okay, I just remembered something really, really funny. Remember how in Agito's Soichi had...
Soichi.
Yeah, Soichi.
Shoichi.
What is it?
Shoichi.
That's what I said the first
you
time.
You said Soichi.
What's the difference?
An H.
Oh.
Anyways.
Remember when Bloodstark, we're back in Agito when Bloodstark was just like, hey.
Anyways. Do you remember how Shoichi had amnesia?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For the entire show.
Yep.
Got it back. No, got his memories back. Lost them again.
Uh-huh.
If his timeline gets erased, does he have amnesia again?
Well, no,
That's
because
a good point.
The thing that would have caused his amnesia would not have happened.
Yeah,
he would have just lived a normal
he would
life.
never have met God on that boat.
He would never have rider kicked God in the face.
I don't want to punch God right in the face.
Yeah, he said, "Fuck you to God,
what?
you can't control it."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much Agito. Agito literally gets his powers from God.
And
like a
then
group of
kicks him
10
in the
people encounter God on this boat, and then they all have the ability to become Kamen Rider Agito. Some people, it doesn't happen for them until later, and then when it does, they die from it because they can't handle it, and then...
Like, wasn't his sister Agito that died?
He doesn't have a sister.
You're thinking of Mana?
Yeah.
It wasn't his sister, but I think she did have some...
foster sister.
She was one of the psychic kids, I think.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just remember the scene from Agito where he gets his memories back and he's hanging out with the family. It's like, just the little kid's like, "Oh, I don't like tomatoes." He's like, "Well, when I ran away from my parents' place, I hid in the tomato field. I hated it so much, I grew to love tomatoes." Hours later, the female lead of the show, she's just in the kitchen, just getting a drink. It's like, "Oh, tomatoes. Yeah, so Shoichi's story was really good." Wait. Holy shit!
I hated tomatoes so much I blanked it out of my memory.
So also episode 6, this episode debuted Gates Faiz, which I'm gonna actually say its debut pretty awesome. And the form, not that bad.
I still strongly dislike their choices for the shoulders, but the rest of the form looks fucking awesome.
I don't mind the shoulders much anymore.
What are his shoulders?
They're the Faiz
The
phones.
Faiz phone, like, open all the way, sticking out.
Oh, I love it better
If it was closed,
Right?
it would have been better.
It should have been like, the Faiz phone should have been like closed and sticking out horizontally, and then
Or
like,
like Lane
for
said,
their
just in the
finisher they
summer.
could have opened them up.
Yeah, because, like, do you remember Axel?
Yeah.
What did he do?
The shoulder plate, the chest plates opened up into the shoulders. They could have had those be the shoulders. Right?
So that's what it should have been. The phone flips open for the final attack.
Oh look, Rider Custom did Zeo Kaisa armor.
That looks really nice.
I like it.
Not terrible.
Maybe make his X sword like the hilt,
The blade gun?
like the blade gun, the shoulders.
Maybe.
It would probably look a bit better.
Oh yeah, he did apparently when he's Faiz armor, he uses the Faiz phone X to like activate like the shot and the pointer.
Yep.
Even though I don't watch the show, as I mentioned several times, I did see a clip of like before Gates transforms, and it's cool how the Faiz armor does what Takumi always did in the show.
Flip trick?
Yeah, the flip
or wrist flick.
Yeah, the wrist flick. I just flicked my wrist.
The first
there.
Rick.
I don't know what
the
I
first
said.
Rick.
The first Rick.
Wait.
I'm Rick. And
Yeah.
Shane.
I'm Faiz Rick.
Faiz Rick.
Back in episode 5.5, he said the Faiz phone has nothing to do with Faiz.
But
You
now
lied
it
to
does.
us.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that too, but you. first.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I am in this weird state between sleep and awake. Like I'm in the twilight zone.
Episode 5.5 was Sogo going, "Hey, look, it's Faiz. Does that have anything to do with the Faiz phone that you guys have?" No. And they're like, "Don't assume shit like that because they have a similar sounding name." Yeah, well, your name sounds like Tokyo So, the name of the neighborhood that Yoshinamori grew up in. Are you the same as that? It's so fucking dumb.
Even though, if you actually knew about Shotaro Ishinomori, that was his pen name. That wasn't his actual name.
No, but my point is, they make a point of saying, "No, that's not true," when it absolutely is true! It's true! Like, I don't know why.
Where did the Faiz belt come from?
The Faiz belt?
SmartBrain made
it. It was developed by SmartBrain.
So why was it encased in, like, stone in the first episode?
It wasn't in stone, it was in their lab, and it's because they were still creating it.
Oh, and the Orphanox just jacked it?
No, the sheep Orphanox, Mari's dad, stole it to get it away from them. Faiz is great.
Faiz is a good show. It's all out on Blu-ray now. Go watch it.
Wasn't it said, like, I remember last time I was on, they talked about, you guys talked about, like, they did a survey for the top writer shows. Wasn't Faiz #1?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was.
But yeah,
nothing's wrong with that Faiz design.
But yeah, Gates' Faiz armor, aside from the shoulders, pretty stellar. I love it.
And he does his Crimson Smash and then, like, walks away.
What I noted about that is when he, like, puts his legs out to do the kick, he does it Kaiser style, where he uses both of his feet.
Because he's secondary, right?
Exactly.
Oh, does that mean when we do Blade, he's going to get a doppelganger? And he does Garen's kick?
Maybe.
Oh, fire.
Psycho!
Tsukiyomi! Soup! and as like he explodes, like I just see Ichi just like being like, come on, just see the Faiz logo,
yeah, they did the emblem
and
thing.
then he walks away as like it explodes, and he's not looking at the explosion while he's walking.
Who guys don't look at
explosion?
Like, good job, Gates.
Now what about Delta?
They blow things up and then what?
Who cares?
Where's
Delta armor?
Where's Delta?
Fuck Delta.
And
only time Delta was relevant was when that one badass Orphanox fucking used it for like half the show.
Everyone should be asking, where's Delta?
Once again, Delta gets the shaft.
Delta died on the way home back to his home planet.
And so then it ends with
Quantum Leap joke. Delta never returned home.
And then Sogo, like, Soup goes up to Sogo and is like, "Hey, did you give Faiz and Fourze, like, the blank ride watches?" "Oh, shit!" And he, like, runs out of the store, like, obviously to go give it to them.
Yeah, no paradox.
This episode has so much going on that we had to address the one closing the time paradox with a throwaway scene like this.
I'm sorry, that sounds funny.
Yes,
like chances are, chances are main character's just chilling. He's like, well, everything's back to normal.
Yeah,
it's like, well, the day is saved, and then Soup's like, you did give them the blank ride watches, right?
Fuck.
No, and I love Sogo. I love when Sogo does his reaction where he's like, "Whoa!" Like, I don't know why. I really like that. It's really and it ends with showing a donut shop in the background with a plate of donuts on a table, and then we just see Connecto, please, and Haruto's hand come out, grab a donut, go back in.
I feel like it would have been equally as funny if it was just like, did you remember to give Faiz and Fourze the ride watches? I got a time machine. I'll do it tomorrow.
Bad news, Gar. Sadly, the only character that's coming back from Wizard is Beast.
Gar is having convulsions.
Oh well, he likes Nito.
He's pretty Nito.
I want to see Beast in
Nito burrito.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about him.
Beast.
He's got the Beast figure.
Yes, Nito. He loves mayonnaise. He puts mayonnaise on fucking everything,
including
donuts. And I like mayonnaise.
His figure art comes with a fucking ball of mayonnaise.
And he comes with this, like
lunchtime
events.
Yep.
So, yeah,
no one forget the time he pretended to be Kamen Rider Beast Girl.
Oh yeah, and the time he rode a bicycle.
Oh yeah.
Because Beast doesn't have a bike.
It's okay, Beast.
Anyways,
delete it.
No.
As per the
Please
episode preview we saw, we are going to get to see not only the Wizard Ride Watch, but the Beast Ride Watch as well. So I'm wondering...
Hey, don't make me ban you.
Yeah. It's probably going to be treated the same as Cross, where it'll get used in a weapon, but never have a
probably
form.
Summon all the fucking animals.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry,
forget
but I love the Beast SH figure.
It's really nice.
Like,
I like his capes, but the base suit without them is kind of meh.
I like the base suit. And also next week we also get to see the another wizard. He looks fucking scary.
Like it.
Gar, do you want to keep boycotting the show?
Did anyone have you guys seen the edit that somebody made of a scene where it's what's her name, the female time jacker and another wizard, like she's like kneeling down.
Like she's kneeling right beside another wizard. Looks like she's giving him a BJ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw it, and someone captioned it, giving him the last hope.
Oh.
Anyways. 6.5, we'll just briefly go over it. So yeah, they actually flat out said, oh, we were looking forward to meeting Gentaro and Ryusei's actors. Uh-oh, they're too busy filming Bleach.
I can't fucking believe it.
But that doesn't make sense. The Bleach movie was in production way before Zio was.
I think it was just because, like, the Bleach movie came out around this time.
Yeah, on Netflix over here. It's been out for, like, months in Japan.
That's their excuse they're using for why they're in it. It was funny. They censored their names and everything.
Been being filmed for months as well.
Post-production, promotional events.
Toei's lazy.
Yeah.
It just comes down to Toei's lazy and they're lying fucking pieces of shit. We're gonna try and get every rider back. You guys already fucked up with not getting Gentaro and Haruto. Oh boy. Why do I have a feeling that Mr. Gakusano's not gonna come back?
It could go either way at this point. But yeah, the rest of the 6.5 is them basically purporting to this fan base that Fourze is an homage to Faiz because it takes place in a school, whereas Faiz had the Ryuseijuku. Even though the show did not happen at the school,
they were all in their mid-20s.
A school was involved, I suppose.
And then the stupid fucks proposed to us that Fourze is an homage to Faiz because he's got the circle, the triangle, and the X on his suit, which correspond to Faiz, Kaiza, and Delta. You bastards!
I thought he was based on the PlayStation logo.
I mean, he wasn't actually, but that was the joke.
Like, wasn't there an episode in Fourze where he is in the positions of the PlayStation controller?
I don't know.
Yeah, when they're
I
on
remember that, but like it's not perfect, if I remember correctly.
Wait, square. Wait.
No, yeah, you're right. It's the same.
Square, circle, X, triangle. The colors don't line up, though.
Triangle.
Fourze was the original gaming writer.
Maybe triangle because spaceship. Square, 4 sides, Fourze. The circle, 0. Again, Fourze. Then X.
Because fuck you.
I just think it seems like a PlayStation button.
Planet X.
I think you're putting way too much thought into this, and this is me talking.
I'll find a way.
But then Kusaka steps in, does his creep smile.
And, like, he fully embraces it, too, because everyone knows that's what he's known for.
And his reason for why Fourze is an homage to Faiz is because Ryuseijuku in Faiz was a school designed to find the Orphanaut King. The Japanese word for king is O. And what's the name of the other rider? Fourze!
Oh, no, that's a stretch.
You stupid bastard!
Japan
that is
even for comedy, this stretching it.
This is the most bullshit, tenuous connection ever!
Fourze is a direct sequel to Faiz.
Hey.
No!
Hey, it could be worse. They could be calling him Fourzu or
Fourze?
Or Fourze.
Forza Motorsport.
Cycling car.
Shouldn't it go Forza 5? Because 4-5?
That was the idea with these 2 episodes.
Wait.
Yeah.
So,
Except it happened on 5 and 6.
5.
The idea behind Faiz's name is it's the Greek character Phi. His henshin code is 3 5s. So, Faiz. That's why the name of the rider is Faiz, but the name of the series is Kamen Rider 555.
I was always wondering that. I was like, why is it 555?
Because his henshin code is go, go, go.
Well, speaking of
I'm pretty sure...
Speaking of go, yo, Kogure!
Yo, Kogure!
Alright, see what I did there? Go, episode 35.
Sure.
Sungo.
Well, Emily had to vanish, but we can still do the episode.
Can we, though?
But
not
first,
the same.
Oh no, we have Blaze.
But first, Lord Hellfire posted in our chat this awesome edit of
Fucking Genmu.
instead of Venom, it's Genom.
Oh my goodness.
It's not going to be the
looks
same
worse.
without Emily.
That Photoshop or the actual poster? I think this just looks like shit.
We can play whatever we want.
Spider-Man's arch nemesis, Venmu.
Venmu.
Who's Spider-Man?
Anyway.
Genom and Venmu.
You okay?
Yeah, we should call those.
Alright, so this episode was a Kogure focused episode.
I loved it.
Oh no, it was fun. So he gets split into 3 versions of himself, and
The monster of the week is Dorian Sanbu, who's this awesome looking Cyclops motherfucker who
He's like a mole.
Yeah, because he has sunglasses on. And when he takes them off, he pulls a Cyclops and shoots a beam that splits people into 3. The good, the bad, and the undefined.
The good, the bad, and the
The good, the bad, and...
Fuck you.
3.
Yeah, the good, the bad, and the other one.
You.
So, but also, this episode's kind of proved that all of our theories before that Kogure might be evil are kind of wrong. So I guess I can take all these binders that have theories and just throw them all the fuck away.
Burn
They
them!
don't fucking matter.
Burn them all!
yeah, Kogure's not an
Book
asshole.
burning.
I still maintain my theory that he's looking for someone to inherit/adopt into the Lupin family.
He is the master.
He is the key to the door.
He is Arsene Lupin.
Actually, yeah, that could make sense.
I think he does actually serve a master, but I think the idea is the master is someone who's also old and thus too old to continue on with whatever the hell the Lupin family
Also,
does.
Speaking of old and repetitive, it occurred to me today, in this episode, the Ganglers fucking suck as villains. Really.
Don't tell Yolo you said that.
Just I thought about it, and remember when the show started off with the Ganglers all together, and Don Yaboon's I'm retiring. One of you guys go take my place.
Yep.
You
We've made zero progress on that plot point.
Do you know? Okay,
And it doesn't help either that every Gangler dies every episode. It's you expect these guys to have a backup plan or something. It's like these guys are fighting to get to be top dog.
yeah.
I mean,
Expect them to keep dying and dying.
No,
This is how we weed out all the weaklings.
but this is it, Gar. That's how it works. Each Gangler that's trying to be top dog, and best Don Yaboon, they're doing it each their own way, the best way that they can, it ends up not working because they have to deal with 2 teams. I feel like if there was either just the Patrangers or just the Lupinrangers, the Ganglers would have some success.
Yeah, as pointed out in our chat, the backup plan is in place. The backup plan is growing giant. Unfortunately, the Rangers are prepared for that.
But also, there is the fact that they may all end up dying, but I feel like the population of that one town in Japan has gone down by infinity%, considering every other day a building gets turned into a statue, sliced into various pieces. Every building within the entire city gets set on fire.
But no, I was just I'm just saying it would have been nice for the show to have like a bigger set of generals or something.
That is something I think the show has not paid enough attention to.
Yeah.
I mean, for starters, where the bloody fuck has Fourze Amigo been for like at least 15 episodes?
Oh my god! Like
Have you seen
I
this
swear, the show's forgotten about him. We're 35 episodes in the show, and we have not seen him in like I'd say 6-7 episodes.
Yeah, 13 episodes left of the series.
Here we are thinking he's gonna be the biggest fucking deal, and it's just like, oh hey guys, I'm on vacation.
No, if they make him like the big, like the
They
big
are.
bad at
They
the
are.
end.
They are. They are. They're going to. That's
Yeah,
all
it
they've
has
been
to
building
be.
him up
like,
to.
like he's gonna show up, he's gonna stab Danya Boone or something, and be like, oh, the thing in your
Take that,
chest.
Dad!
That's what I want. I want to have a Zamigo versus Danya Boone fight. That's
Right.
going to be fucking sick.
Also, I kind of wish Danya Boone had like what Genis did, like a second form.
Who says he doesn't? We just haven't seen it.
Wait,
Where he grows normal size.
No, he regains his youth.
Yeah.
He grows taller and more muscular.
if Fourze Amigo tries to kill Danya Boone and he all of a sudden he pretends to die or something, and then suddenly all of a sudden backstabs him, then Fourze Amigo's last words need to just be, "How cold."
see what
That was pretty cool.
See what Danya Boone is it's him that makes himself both a bad villain and a good villain at the same time, because he doesn't do anything. He's literally just a spectator, just going, all right. Like every time Destra and Ghost just like argue to him about, oh, should we let this guy try to fucking like take over your syndicate or whatever? And Danya Boone, he's like, let him, whatever. It's entertaining. I don't give a shit.
You know what it reminds me of?
That
one episode of Simpsons where the Yakuza come to their house. It's like, Mar, it's like, homie, come inside. But Mars, the little one, hasn't done anything yet. And you know when he does, it's gonna be awesome. Aww.
Forgiveness, please.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care what happens. It's like, I don't care what their actions are. I just care about results.
They'll kick you 5 times before you hit the ground.
It's like, just
meet the Yakuza.
Like, remember?
No, that's Kamen Rider. We're talking about Super Sentai right now.
Remember when Destra was hinted at being like a traitor or something?
Right?
Yeah, guess that's gone.
That plot point went down
because
the drain.
Danya didn't give a shit. He's like, oh, Destra, you've been plotting behind my back? Oh, aren't you adorable? Destra's just like,
that's adorable. Let's see what it comes up with.
Like,
I mean, I don't think he was plotting. I think he was just trying to find out what the hell was going on with the collection pieces.
I swear, this is a problem. Like, it is nice to have 2 Sentai teams in one show, but I think it hinders the villains way too much. Same with Kyuranger. 12 fucking Rangers, half of them get character development, where the villains get jack shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, that's because we didn't really even focus on the villains.
Afterwards goes back to good villains.
Well, I've got high hopes for the next Sentai. So anyway, this episode is about Kogure, who gets split into 3 because of a misfire by the monster, because Pato shoot his hand while he's firing.
Because the
Patrangers show up and fuck it up.
Because the collection,
just like they usually do.
Because the collection piece the Gangler has is the Doron Changer from Kakuranger, which ninjas,
Kawarimi, or splitting, or bunchins.
Yeah,
Bunchin Ninjutsu.
Shadow Clones.
Yeah, Bunchin Ninjutsu.
Shadow Clone Jutsu.
With the weird stipulation that if they're not put back to normal in 6 hours, they die.
I'm gonna flat out say pure good. You know what? There's Paragon and Renegade Kogure.
There you go.
So I liked Paragon Kogure the most, just because he was trying, no matter what happened to him, was just trying to help everyone.
Where did he get that white suit?
Where did fucking Renegade Kogure get that Viking outfit? That's why. Did he steal it?
Probably.
And it was great. Like Renegade Kogure or whatever, like that. He was like being like one of those like.
I've got it.
Remember your biker from Zoojer?
Hold on, I'll get to that. I know what we can call them. We can call them Renegade and Paraguay.
That sounds stupid.
We'll get Uruguay.
You are gay.
Oh.
You are gay.
That's,
no.
that's the third one.
When Renegray showed up and he started going out, buddy today! You know who he reminded me of?
Huh?
Motors from Exade.
Oh, yeah. Well, it reminded me of your biker from Zoger.
That too.
He reminded me of
Buddy!
from fuck, what's his name from Die Ranger? Like third eye guy, motorcycle, him the trio.
Kevin.
No,
Kevin.
I don't know.
I don't know. I met his VA earlier, or not earlier, like I am
Just now.
Yeah, just now. But,
That's what took me so long, didn't you?
I like the joke Kyrie says to him. He's like, "You do know the Hey Sayer is ending, right?"
Hey, Sarah's almost over, fuckface. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, just like freaking good Kogure is so adorable because he's just like trying to help anything. Like he gets like injured and stuff, and then like saves a kid from like a lady from and like a kid from a truck.
Okay, let's talk about that scene because oh my fucking god, that truck was so far away from them that it could have easily stopped.
It's like the scene from Austin Powers. Look out!
The car is slowly moving towards me.
That is still to me one of the funniest fucking things
God
I've ever
bless
seen
you,
in a
Michael
movie ever.
But yeah, and like good Kogure tries to save the kid and then fucking bites it and breaks his ankle halfway there, and then Toma and Yumika have to swoop in and save everyone.
What was that? Looked like a giant mutated turtle in a trench coat.
Your complaint about the truck being far away reminds me of episode 1 of Faiz when, like, you know, Keith is out with his family and his girlfriend. They're like, oh, yeah, we're having a fun drive. And then there's just the sleepy truck driver who's like, oh, I'm going to sleep. Maybe I should pull over. No, I'm just going to keep driving. Oh!
This is exactly what I didn't want to happen today.
No, guys, come on.
I just remembered. Just something. The kid is like, "Wait, you guys have like grappling hook or something? Are you the Lupinrangers?" No, I'm Spider-Man.
No, or guys,
we're just grapple enthusiasts.
The biggest joke. Oh, did you see that? No, I was sleeping. But you were driving.
They weren't grappling hooks. They were webs. I'm Spider-Man. Fuck you. Shut up, kid.
Fly.
She said,
"Go.
I have to
Pizza time.
I have to say, what genuinely surprised me is when the Patos start trying to save people by actually squishing their clones.
Hey, let's try that thing that we did in the other ones. Okay.
I was flabbergasted when that fucking worked.
You were flabbergasted?
Yep.
Flabberriff.
I thought they'd just have to kill the monster and that would fix everyone. But no, the Patos spend the episode off camera just squishing everyone's faces together.
Holy shit, it's 2 episodes later. And like, it's 2 episodes since the big team up. And both episodes have been nothing but... Okay, sorry, scratch that. There's been 1 episode with the Patrangers. But it's like, for every 1 episode Patranger focus, we get 2 episodes with the other team.
That's damn fucking right.
I actually want to see someone make a flowchart of all 35 episodes so far, of like just
which one was Lupin, which one was Pato.
Yeah,
that's your job.
Go for it, Gar. Next week, have it done.
All right.
It'll obviously be Lupins or more.
That on my desk in triplicate.
Collate it for Daddy.
It's kind of sad in fact that the Lupins get most of the focus, but the most of the important character development goes to the Patos.
Yeah, Keiichiro specifically.
Not just Keiichiro.
90%
Character development has gone to Sakuya, but Tsukasa was the first one to actually team up with the Lupins. And then was the one who then later on was like, we need to team up with them in order to get anything done.
I feel like Sakuya gets the less character development of the 3.
No, yeah, totally.
I feel like he got a lot early in the game, but not so much anymore.
Well, I feel like
the last time his character was developed was when Umiko was just like, I don't want to date you.
Yeah.
Anyway, with Sakuya, I feel like just whenever he does get character development, it just goes 180 next episode.
No, Sakuya lost all of his character development when fucking both Noelle and Umiko were like, you're a nice guy. Oh, Oh, girl Sam, they don't like you!
Nice guy.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Sakuya is a Reddit nice guy.
Like, I'm sure he has genuinely nice intentions. I don't think he's like actually a playboy. You know what I mean?
Who, Sakuya?
Yeah, we haven't really seen
he's
anything
probably
I
only
call
one
that kind of
pretty
behavior.
girls to like him.
I feel like Sakuya is what I am. An asexual, like...
I wouldn't put him in that
Like
category.
I would say he's an asexual romantic. He loves romance. He loves being...
I wouldn't put him as asexual. The reason they just don't show any of that is because it's
Kid
Sentai.
show. Yeah, it's kid show.
Oh yeah, when Jetman wants to do a love drama, oh, it's A-okay.
I want them to bring up again when like Toma like got possessed by the gangler or whatever like that, or he took over his body. He was just like with those women. Sakuya's like, man, even I wouldn't do that shit.
Right?
That's too much.
That's part of why I think he wouldn't do anything that really scummy, you know what I mean?
He'd still date girls, whatever, but he wouldn't like...
Sure, but he
go
wouldn't...
grab a bunch of high schoolers and be like, hey, let's go out for the day.
He wouldn't like two-time on anyone, you know what I mean?
Sakuya, who are you with? Oh, I'm with this person. Isn't she like in high school? Yeah. With the uniform and everything? You're pathetic.
I honestly don't remember much else from this episode. It was just fun Kogure stuff.
It was the debut of the Lupin Magnum's robot mode.
Oh yeah.
And
how do you know how to
was
do
that
that?
awesome?
It was awesome, but it kind of didn't make sense
CGI is
either.
fuck.
It was really interesting because like the monster's mole themed and they're underground, and then when they destroy him, Ghost reuses him, and instead of like growing giant and going up into the city immediately, he like sinks underground and goes into this underground tunnel system.
Yeah, it's like, how big is this a part of the Gangler's thing?
I think this was just existing city infrastructure.
Oh yeah, what is it for? Fucking Gundam?
Yes.
That's where they were planning to store the...
no, it's for the EVA units.
That's where they were planning to store the trigger machines before they knew they could shrink down.
Go catch it, Gundam.
But, like, did you see how like high tech that hallway, like those
I
hallways
love it.
were?
Yeah.
I was like, this is underneath the city?
My bigger question is why...
this one of Zordon's backup plans?
My question is more, why the fuck did Kyrie know that thing could go into a giant robot? He just does it like he's been doing it his whole life.
I mean, he's become one with the gun or some shit now, I guess.
What's that, Mr. Gun?
You want me to shoot you at them?
Okay.
Hey guys, check out my new camera. Turned into a giant robot. Oh wait, this is a camera.
But yeah, so we get to see Dial Up, Kaito Henkei, Lupin Magnum. I'm kind of really upset that its robot form is just called Lupin Magnum.
Hey, it could be worse. It could be Lupin Boy.
At this point, I'll take anything.
I want to call it
because, like,
Boy.
Lupin Magnum is the name of the gun. The robot doesn't have a name?
Nope.
That's really fucking disheartening.
Yeah.
Well, it's maybe fine. Call it the Lupin Gundam.
I might as well at this point.
The Luke, I actually like that.
No,
Yeah.
The Magnum Kaiser.
Sure.
Actually, wait, that makes way too much sense. Lupin Gundam.
Oh! Damn! The Lupin gun, damn!
Curse is spoiled again.
But the other part that does make sense is as soon as it transforms and starts flying through these giant robot-sized hallways, there's just out of nowhere a whole fucking fleet of already giant Podamen for it to shoot at.
I feel like they didn't think this far. Well, remember, what's it? Lupin Magnum Robo?
Yeah.
It is smaller than Lupin Kaiser. Or
Yeah.
the Kaiser Robo.
Like, by the...
It's like Lupin Kaiser's little brother.
Feet.
Again, Lupin Boy.
Yeah.
Baby Lupin.
It's literally
If
just
Kaiser is
Boy.
the German word for emperor, what's the German word for prince? We'll call him that.
Set up right now.
Prince Ali, fabulously, Alia, Bug, Mag.
Ha 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 ha!
Wow. But yeah, and so
It's Prinz. It's literally Prinz.
Okay, so Lupin Prinz.
Lupin Prinz.
But yeah, so
What's
it's got these cute little beam attacks that it fires up, and then they just shoot it up into the city anyways, and it's hilarious because it crashes up right as the Pados are driving by.
Keiichiro's like, Sakuya, look out! Tsukasa, Sakuya, look out! I was really hoping Sakuya was going to say, Sakuya, look out! I mean, sorry!
But Sakuya does proceed to jam the car right into Keiichiro's balls, apparently.
Sakuya, you got...
Yeah,
you
hear
look
like,
out, Wario, look out.
That always means someone got hit in the nuts.
Oh, you probably. Oh, I didn't.
And they're like standing. They're parked right next to Lupin Kaiser's foot. So it was hilarious just to like, whoa, and then they look up at him.
He's like, Kaitou.
Oh my god.
Lupinranger.
It was kind of cool though to see how the finisher affects the people around them.
Yeah. And then we get to see Lupin Kaiser wield the Magnum as a giant gun and fucking shoot it down.
We can at least now say how big Lupin Kaiser is compared to like the Rangers.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Well, we got a comparison to when those ganglers got killed, like stepped on.
Yeah.
That's
compared to the humans. The mecha are about pretty big.
Fuck shit stack size.
Roughly 45 meters.
Roughly, yes.
Roughly
20 meters or something.
Roughly big enough to be concerning.
Not as big as Ultraman.
Concerned.
Ultraman's still taller.
But yeah, so they defeat the monster, and it's like, shit, we only have 1 minute! Smash the old men together!
The old man. Wait.
Push the. Actually, wait. One of them pushed the phases together, and didn't one like push them into like his stomach or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Get in my belly.
Yeah.
You make out with him. You suck his dick.
Whoa.
So yeah, so they get Kogure back together, and he's super relieved, and he's like, oh, Kogure, you're actually not a bad guy. Hey, let's make you dinner. And he's like, okay.
All the Patrangers and all the Lupins put Kogure back together again.
But yeah, they're like, sit your ass down and get treated and eat it, you stupid old bitch.
While we illuminate the possibilities.
You ain't never had a butler like me!
You ain't never had a pal like me.
Again.
Let me take your otter and shut it down!
They want him to relax and get a bite to eat. Again, be our guest.
We are guests. We are Japanese.
For a service to the dead.
Oh. Anyways, shall we talk about the Beetleborgs?
So next week is about a bomb that goes off if someone is too stressful. So of course it goes on Keiichiro, who learns to mellow out.
Keiichiro smiles. Keiichiro smiles. He looks happy. I'm scared.
Right?
No, it's gonna be fun.
1,000 dead puppies.
10 billion dead puppies.
No.
And also we get to see Lupin Magnum Superior, which is Lupin Magnum with the blue and yellow arms stuck on it.
Yep.
Anyways,
before we all pass out, let's go to our feature topic.
Beetle Blunder, Beetle Blast, motherfucker.
Beetle Blast or something, whatever it says.
So wow, that was way longer than I wanted it to be.
So our topic for this week is episodes 26 to 28 of Big Bad Beetleborgs, aka the first half of the Shadowborg arc.
Big Bad.
I watched all of it
because you are a fool and a charlatan.
Okay.
I made sure to listen to the last episode, and you said we'll be watching the Beetleborg, the Shadowborg arc. It's 6 episodes. I was like,
you didn't finish the.
I didn't. Okay, maybe I didn't specify.
No, I remember you specified saying we're talking about the Shadowborg arc. It's 6 episodes, but we're talking about episodes 26, 27, 28.
Yeah. So
I guess I didn't get that far. All I heard he said was it's 6 episodes, and then people were just like, "Eat your heart out, Green Ranger arc."
So I'm gonna get into this real quickly. So we got introduced to this new character named Josh, and oh my god, he's so cool. He's so cute. He's tall. He's cute. He's smart. He's cute. And just
he's sexy. He's hot. He's everything you're not.
Fucking the first time it's introduced.
10 points for that reference.
First time he gets
introduced. He dices.
No.
He chicken fried rice.
Okay, chop. The first time he gets introduced to Heather, just the whole fucking arc, Heather just has this huge fucking boner for Josh the entire time.
Josh saved my life.
Swear to God, every single time they were on screen together, I just kept yelling, "Just fuck already!" Like, I'm not joking.
Except don't actually, because you're children.
Yeah, you're like fucking like 12.
I think they're supposed to be teenagers.
It got really
Still doesn't make
fucking.
it okay.
It got really fucking cringy. So it's just every 5 seconds, she was like, "Josh saved my life." Hey guys, did you hear? Josh saved my life.
No, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up. And like he writes his name in like her cast when she breaks her leg or whatever like that, and he wrote it upside down because he's fucking stupid.
No, he wrote it from his perspective.
Oh, yeah.
What I was gonna say is the funniest part is how he just wrote it so plain. Like, it was just like a thick ass like
marker that's just Josh.
It just says it in plain font, no decoration or not even a real signature. He just printed his name in a thick ass boring font on her cast.
Did you guys see his
Maybe he's a robot.
bike skills though? Those were cool.
Hello, insert name of girl.
Those
Are
ain't
you injured?
Those ain't shit until you see the motherfucking totally slamming sector cycles and metallics.
You are looking very characteristic today.
They got a theme song.
Oh my god. I bet they do.
And they are in fact totally slamming.
So yes, this is the Shadowborg arc where we got introduced to the Shadowborg, which is actually pretty cool. So like they're like the Beetleborgs are fighting Jara, Noxic, and Typhus, and so Jara surprisingly gets like a fucking rider kick in.
Yep.
Is able to hit a piece of fucking Blue Stinger's shoulder off, steals it, and then they use it, give it to their boss to like make their own Beetleborg to combat the Beetleborgs.
And he's able to use his evil access to just
be a Beetleborg like you until it's
thing
kick to the shoulder. What?
Oh my god! I did not notice because like we barely saw him in like episode 2, whatever, like that, when the episode we watched, but. This guy uses, like, fucking villain words in, like, every single thing he says. Everything's like, ooh, this is the most baddest creation. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
He doesn't like Vexor.
No, he's stupid. He doesn't know what fucking accent he's trying to use. And, like, it's just...
He's going for all of them.
He's just...
What accent do you have? An accent.
Evil!
And like at one point in one of the episodes, like he gets like the three or whatever to get like the Magnaborgs to like fucking steal all the Beetleborg comics, and then like they do it, and he's like, oh, that's nice. I'm jacking off to Shadowborg over here.
He's like, oh yes, that's nice. And
oh my god, Shadowborg!
I really hate Vexor in these specific episodes because his focus changes so rapidly and abruptly that it's really hard to notice unless you're paying attention. Through most of the first 2 episodes of the arc, is like, Shadowborg! Shadowborg! Oh, I don't give... Oh, Shadowborg! You 3, go collect the comics, but I don't care that you actually did it. But then, at the end of the last episode, even though Shadowborg just got his fucking shit stomped, Vexor completely forgives him and immediately just goes like, now we will raise all the monsters from these comic books! Ah!
Oh, yeah,
Shadowborg, go get the comic books. Meanwhile, leave me to Shadow.
No, and you know what would have been a really cool concept for the Shadowborg? If he went rogue. If he just decided, you know what, fuck you. I'm going to go do my own thing. I'm going to take over the world myself.
Unfortunately, no one in that era of writing had that kind of intelligence.
Awesome, though.
Unfortunately... He doesn't have that many stock footage episodes.
Yeah, which is why like we get introduced to
Josh again.
No, we already know Josh, but what does it lead up to, Ichi?
It leads up to the artist.
Oh yeah. Let's go to Art Fortunes.
We'll get to. You're talking about the whiteboard.
We're talking about all the 3 episodes as a whole, so.
So what happens is in the first episode, the Shadowborg appears, shit stomps all 3 of the kids, steals their powers,
and then he gets 3 nice colored crystals on his chest.
The Beetle Gems.
I call them Infinity Stones.
Either or.
If he collects
no one cares.
6 Beetleborg stones.
If he collects all the Borg stones,
he can destroy half the universe's comics just like that.
He can erase the 2-dimensional world just like that.
Tell me his name again. Shadowborg.
He can erase half the Beetleborg.
Also, I realized something. So, the comic store in this series is called Zoom Comics. Who makes the Power Rangers comics these days?
Boom Studios.
Bang Zoom Comics.
He was looking right at me, Blaze. I'll read the Power Rangers.
Bang Zoom.
Boom.
Wait.
Boom Studios.
1 second.
That's some BS there.
Oh.
Oh!
So yes, I also finally got introduced to Art Fortunes, who's the creator of the Beetleborgs comics, and I have to say, he's a treat. He's so, but he's so much fun.
He's just such a treat hole.
No, but I mean, he's just his actor's really fully dedicated to his character, and he's hamming it up so much.
Here's my problem. The episode that we talked about at AFK Con, where they meet him at a convention, was before this.
Yeah, he was a complete 180 in
and he just forgets that they've met in this episode.
And it doesn't help either that in his debut episode, at the Comic-Con episode, he was an asshole. He was like, hey.
Well, he does have to deal with fans.
Yeah, I think that was probably just to show the realism of that's how these creators are sometimes.
Also show what the hell you headcanon that Art Fortune lives up in the mountains all by himself drawing these Beetleborg comics. But here he is
in the middle of Urbana City.
Yeah, Urbana City.
Which somehow the Beetleborgs get there to grab him, and then they carry him all the way back?
They drag Joe, with her super strength, drags Art Fortunes out of his office to Hillhurst. And it's safe to assume that Urbana City is farther out from Hillhurst than Charterville is.
I just presume they use their AV vehicles.
They don't have their powers anymore.
So they can't summon their fucking Beetle battle base.
Why are my knees dirty? You're very heavy. I drag you.
So this means that they either walked the entire duration from Urbana City back to Hillhurst, or what I like to imagine is even funnier is they took a bus, and I just want a shot of the three of them sitting on a bus with Joe sitting next to Art Fortunes while still holding him by the collar.
And just Art Fortunes looks over at a passenger.
Help! No, here's an idea.
I'm being kidnapped by actual kids.
Do you remember how Nano and Roland's dad,
Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron. How they were complaining about money?
Yeah.
Roland took the credit card and used it for a taxi.
He bought an Uber?
Yeah, there were no Ubers.
I know. But like as they're going through the subway station, they pass a concession stand and Art's like, "Can I get some chips?" And Joe's like, "No, we're going to Hillhurst." Oh!
But
I haven't eaten!
Well, you're going to eat your heart out when you see what we're going to show you.
You're going to get eaten in a minute.
So, of course, they have to, prove that, they're Beetleborgs or whatever. So, he shows them their powers or whatever like that.
They show off their civilian powers, which are not a thing the comic Beetleborgs have.
And then it's okay, we'll just show them the monsters and Flabber, and everything will be okay.
And for some reason, that convinces him after a fucking Scooby-Doo chase.
No, but he runs into Flabber, which then Flabber introduces himself all showing and then he just sits down with them and explains them everything. And our Fortune's like, "Oh my god, I'm so fucking on board with you guys now about all this. Fucking awesome
to draw you."
Yeah, and which Flabber proving that he is the best thing in this entire show, where he's like, "Oh, you think I love to draw you as one of my characters in the comic, whatever," and then he has
he transforms himself into a drawing,
a guy drawing Flabber on a fucking piece of paper.
The show has some amazing effects, even if they are fucking terrible.
And then there's one point where he's just when Josh is sneaking around the house or whatever, mansion or whatever like that, they have to distract the monsters from going to kill him or something like that. So it's okay, so they sit him down to a poker game and just it was really funny. And he does he goes whoa, and stretches his mouth out and stretches his face out. It's fucking scary.
How about this?
It's so fucking creepy.
The effects they do with Flabber are vastly unnecessary, but I love them.
And then he makes Flabber
large Marge.
He makes Flabber jokes to them. They'll get. And he's like, "Wow, tough room."
Yep.
And yes, we've now seen. Now I've believed you guys when you say that the entire town of Charterville reads Beetleborg comics, because everyone just swarms in to get the new issue, and then
no one in town has anything else to do.
And then Trip and Van Bean, the fucking stuck-up assholes that they are, come in and go, "We'll buy all the new comics," and it's oh, so you can sell them double price?
No!
Hey, that's what geeks do nowadays.
Yep.
I mean,
So-
I feel like it makes sense that everyone would buy the Beetleborg comics now, just because the Beetleborgs are real. They fight the monsters in the comics. They just want to know how what they need to do to not get
They
murdered.
don't know that.
No, yeah. Do they?
It's never specified in the show that the public knows about the Beetleborgs. Because every time
How
they
can
fight
they
the
not
Magnum-
know when they destroy the city?
Actually, towards the end of the show and leading more into Metallics.
Yeah, with Borg Slayer.
Yeah, because like when the Borgs
That's
aren't
it.
around, they're like, "Where are the Beetleborgs?"
Also, since I watched ahead, there's literally a scene where and later on in the show where there's a news crew. They drop the camera
And then the
you
Magnamors
get
pick
to
it up.
watch the fight.
I remember
in
that.
Beetleborg.
I remember that episode.
That's very hard to my mommy. You don't have. Hey, you idiot! You don't have a mommy.
Also, there's like these fucking cops who like go to a donut shop and buy some donuts.
I
and
want
then
to
they're
spin
just,
off of them.
and they're just like, so then like the Magnivores go into the donut shop, steal a bunch of donuts, and then they're like, "Oh, what are you guys? You guys can't do that. Well, we'll have to take these donuts in for evidence or whatever like that." And they lock them in the van. I'm
Cops eat
just like,
donuts!
yeah, and which for me that was upsetting because like I really love and respect police officers, and that's just like an insult to
This
them.
is like
so,
96.
yeah.
What if they say?
still-
What if they say in Zio? What if they say instead of becoming a wizard, Haruto became a cop?
No, what I'm more offended about is how all those comic books are not bagged and board.
There's that.
Like,
And taken out with a wheelbarrow.
yeah, it's like, and they were left out in the hot sun in a rusty freaking wheelbarrow.
Yep.
And again, every time Noxic opened his mouth, I just fucking loved hearing Derek Steven Friends. He's so good as that character.
And I love
Hey,
that.
what's going on here?
And I love that every time Typhus eats, he actually puts it into his fucking whale head mouth.
Also, Jara couldn't fucking decide what her hair looks like.
You know what I noticed? Yeah, I noticed when they step into the shop to steal the comics, Jara's hair is completely different.
It's a curly.
I'm willing to bet they had to sub in the actress for that scene.
Chances are it's just a different wig.
Yeah, it was just like a scruffed up
But it was
wig.
like so noticeably different that I'm just wondering what the fucking
Why
point
didn't
is.
they just make her a human?
Yeah.
Because then they
Because
couldn't
they
use the
couldn't have
stock
had this
footage.
gag in the first episode where she didn't have a mouth.
Yeah, and there's stock footage of them.
It's true. And it's funny.
I guess they learned from their mistakes.
Later on when the whole like comic book shops like kind of like fucked up or whatever like that, just like the dad's just like, "Oh, maybe we should have just took all that money from Trip and Van."
No, it was Nana who was like, I could have sold all those comics to Trip and Van!
Ah, shit.
Which then like they
How am I gonna
fucking
pay for my medication.
the fucking or no, the Magnivores or whatever like that, they like fucking shoot beams at the dad and the grandma, and
Yep.
just like the dad gets thrown into like a pile of boxes, and then like the grandma gets like flown back that she backflips into a pile of boxes.
Yeah, like after getting shot with the Magnamor's attacks, it looks like she willingly just parkoured into those boxes.
But it's just, who keeps fucking boxes around? Oh, don't talk about my fucking boxes.
I mean, those are
I like
Those
boxes.
are the boxes the comics got shipped to them in.
Blaze got the joke.
all those poor comics.
Yeah, fuck them. I'll just get them digitally.
We'll get Beetleborgs on Comixology.
Comixology Unlimited. Fuck! Fuck
But yeah,
Comixology.
so then like they go to our fortunes because they're like, yeah, we don't have our powers, so we need you to help us. Like,
Wouldn't it have been more creative if, you know, the kids that were such fans... Oh, here's an idea. Josh was such a big Beetleborg fan. What if he created White Blast and Beetleborg?
he came up with it.
Yeah.
That would have been actually really interesting.
Like, the White Blaster Beetleborg was his
Like-
OC.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he's talking to Heather, like,
oh.
you know, I made up my own Beetleborg, and then just, like, bust
No.
out.
That would have been awesome.
You know what? That's going into the reboot idea. Josh is such a huge fan of Beetleborgs, he created his own OC. Which
Well,
is the
spoiler
White
alert: they
Blaster.
make Josh the white Beetleborg, then pull out of their
And
ass.
then they could make like a realistic thing where he sent it to like Art Fortunes like a long time ago, and like just Art Fortunes just never like he ignored it or
artist
something.
Stole the idea from him.
Oh yeah, well that, or I was just gonna say like, oh wow, this is an amazing idea. Like I never seen this before, but I sent it to you in a fan letter like years ago. Oh,
It's just some Dan Carotto
Yes!
and Emu shit.
yeah.
Mighty Action
No,
CL.
no, I
everything.
feel, no,
You
I
makes the
feel like
Shadowborg.
I feel like the stolen idea makes a lot more sense because sometimes creators do steal ideas from fans.
But yeah, at the start of episode,
so good.
At the start of episode 28, Vexor has this one line that just cracked me up, where it's like he's getting impatient about the Magnivores taking so long getting the comics, and he just busts out, "How long could it take to steal a few 100,000 comic books?"
I'll be right back.
Maybe you want to reassess that sentence there, Vexor, buddy.
I'll be right back. 2 hours later. Alright, there, 10,000 comics. God, where do you get 10,000 comics?
The internet.
Don't question it.
I think a goal for you need to find at least one authentic
10,000
Beetleborgs comic and just keep it sealed and own it.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Oh, see if you can find like a Beetleborgs comic prop from the show.
Challenge accepted.
Alright.
But they were all burned in the Great War.
So yeah, so the Beetleborgs ask Art Fortunes to make a new Beetleborg to help them, you know,
like
get their powers, make Shadowborg, get their powers back.
In which, this just proves how lazy Art Fortunes is as a comic book creator. Just you would expect him to have an idea, right? Like, sure, he does make White Blaster Beetleborg, like just like that. But it's like you expect him to be like, you should let me grab my things. I already had plans for like others.
Oh, so your comment is why wasn't he already planning another Beetleborg?
Yeah.
Because Beetleborgs is a very simple comic that doesn't need to go in new
What
places.
is the actual plot to the Beetleborgs comic?
Nothing.
A monster attacks and they defeat him.
It's episodic.
A monster attacks and they defeat him. It's like a Sentai.
If the villains aren't in the comic books anymore, then what is the point of the Beetleborg comics if their villains literally aren't in the comics anymore?
Well, their villains came out of one specific issue. The rest of the comics are still normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
The comics are still produced and done every month or week or whatever.
Yeah, it's like how the Beetleborgs are still in the comic book, but they still have the powers.
Yeah.
It's so confusing. It's like, we left the comic book world. Like, wait, does that mean that there's a comic world and now they are no longer in it?
No, think about it this way. In the same way that Vexor...
So just like that comic book is its own world.
Yeah, it's every individual copy of the comic, because in the same breath that the Beetleborgs are able to exist outside of the comic, but the Beetleborgs still are in future copies of the comic, the Magnivores came out of that one specific issue, but still exist in all the other issues, which is why, even though the monsters from each of the episodes got defeated, Vexor was still able to bring them back again at the end of episode 28.
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. Austin, just don't think about it too hard and enjoy the ride.
Wait, then why doesn't he just bring copies of himself out?
That goes
because
that would be stupid.
And also then he would have an equal, and Vexor clearly is the guy who likes to be in charge.
So I just found this picture of a Beetleborg comic, and like it has like a villain on it, and I swear to God, it looks like robotic Sledge. Looks like Sledge if he just like went under cybernetic fucking surgery.
Sledgetron.
What does MD stand for?
I am Sledgetron 9000. Program for fun.
It was never explained what MD stands for.
Marvel DC.
Mother Dick.
There you go. Mother Ducker.
The comic has a doctorate.
So, Art Fortunes comes up with the...
White Blaster Beetleborg! Wait! And technically it's Flabber who comes up with the name.
Yeah, because they're like, White! What do we name this White Beetleborg? And he's like...
Why's it gotta be white?
White Blaster Beetleborg!
He only had white paper.
Meet the White Blaster Beetleborg. No, the Beetleborg does not actually blast.
Actually, he shoots like... He focuses the energy from his head crystal through his hand and shoots blasts through there.
I gotta stand.
It's an interesting fighting style that I don't think I've seen in any other Toku hero.
You want to know why he doesn't have a signature weapon? Do you want to know why?
Sure.
In Juko B Fighter, he's a medic.
Oh.
That's why he's white.
Oh my god, really?
Wow. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like, he goes around with a little, like, nurse kit. He helps children that are injured.
Oh. Well, he helped the Beetleborgs when they were down.
Yeah. In which, like, I noticed that we have this picture here with the Beetleborgs.
Yep.
And it's like, he just does not look, like,
like a part of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I noticed his suit looks a bit cheaper than the other Beetleborgs.
It's not that. It's more like the main three are designed with a very machine pattern to them, whereas the white Beetleborg is a more smooth warrior look to it.
I said it before the show started. He literally looks like they just modified the white Tiger Megazord suit.
A little bit.
A bit, yeah.
Like, even, especially in the face, where it has like the red eyes and like the gray, like, the dark gray lower face plate.
Like the eyes and like just the mouth guard.
Yeah, so, a little bit.
So they need somebody to become the White Blaster Beetleborg.
Somebody to Borg!
My question about
that's the title of the episode.
Why?
Can
Why
anybody find me? Somebody to Borg!
My question is, why do they need somebody? Shadowborg doesn't need a secret identity.
Because he wasn't created the same way.
Can the thumbnail please just be like Flabber making that scary face?
From episode 26?
Yeah, just... yeah, so then they all, like, Joe decides, hey, what if we get Josh? And Drew's like, no, fuck no, because he's stealing my girlfriend.
Drew is a petty little ass fuck who doesn't like that Josh and Heather are getting along, so he doesn't want Josh to be the one to step up to save their lives!
No, of course not, because he wants pussy.
Well, I don't think that. I think he just wants a girl.
He's jealous.
Which, I noticed that in Beetleborgs, they never finished that storyline.
Nope, because Heather is a terrible character that doesn't deserve development.
And Heather kind of just vanished in the show.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Well, like she,
at least Trip and Van got the proper respect of actually having shown why and when they fucked off and left the show.
Yeah, Heather just gone.
The bulk and skull of the show got more respect than this completely needless character. By the way, I call them bulk and scalp because they tried to get the comics in bulk and scalp them out to the public.
That's good.
So then they like go to the comic book store to like convince Josh to like come with them to become a Beetleborg, and like he doesn't believe them. So then they show off their powers, and Joe's like, "Oh, I'll show you my super strength by lifting this comic book rack that has nothing on it." I'm like, "Ooh, it's so strong, Joe."
Anyone could do that, Joe.
Fuck off.
I think that was the point because they had to make it look like she was doing it,
right? And then Roland just does his super speed and run around, and Josh's only reaction is, "Does Coach know about you?" And then Drew does his mental levitation powers, and all right, now you're fucking with wires.
All right. Even though this doesn't happen until the other 3 episodes, I find it really fucking dumb that Josh is introduced in this 6-part storyline as a new character.
Yep.
Gone once the storyline's over.
Yep.
Because you know what, they ran out of stock footage for the White Blaster.
Does he never come back?
Didn't even keep him around as like a side character.
He straight up is gone. No explanation.
What?
You know
and
what?
he just moved to town.
You know why? Because probably no one gave a shit about Josh.
Why didn't they? Why didn't they do what they did with Billy?
I remember
make him a side character,
right?
I will say
the story, the series ends with just going like if you need me, I'll be here. So
and he was never there.
Comes back?
Not once ever. Not even mentioned.
Here's an idea for the reboot again. Make him Art's successor.
Ooh, I like that.
Does anyone remember Josh? Who the fuck is Josh?
Who's Josh? What about Heather?
Josh is just someone that Drew...
Are you joshing me, Josh?
Josh is just someone Drew made up in his mind, and he's going fucking crazy.
No. All right.
Are you seeing things? Are you okay? Do you need a glass of water? How long were you in the desk for?
I'm making this headcanon. Josh accidentally got Heather pregnant, and then they moved to a different town.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no. They're just kids. That's no good. No.
They're 15.
That's no good.
They're 15. They're fine.
So anyways, Josh eventually agrees to become the White Borg when he meets Art Fortunes up in the attic, but he calls him Art Fortune. Way to show how much of a real fan you are, fuckface.
I mean, he's not a fan. Like,
no, he is. He says that he had a collection of comics, of Beetleborg comics.
Yeah. Oh, well, literally in the next episode, he's like, comic books, superheroes. It's all too crazy for me.
Remember the joke?
No, he says that he used to have a collection of comics, but he sold it.
Remember do you remember the joke that we made yesterday with him and Heather? It's like, oh yeah, I love comic books, and Heather's like, yeah, I love the Beetle checks hand with
check smudge on hand.
Yes.
Beetle forks.
Yeah, I love the Beetle fork.
Fuck.
So then
I love the needle snort.
And thus Flabber appears and gives off the most hilarious spell chant I've ever heard. Pack him with courage, stuff him with might, change Josh into a Borg that's white. And thus, with the flash of white power
and floodlights
for days,
White
we have
flower.
our white
flower.
Blast the Beetleborg!
Row, fight the power.
Row, white the power.
I like Jack Power.
No, stop making white power jokes.
White blast the Beetleborg.
And yeah, he becomes the White Blast Beetleborg. He looks cool, and then he goes out to fight Shadowborg and like gets his ass kicked, and then he makes him fuck off.
They fight a bit, and it's entertaining, but then like
let's go fight in the orange
Shadowborg
field.
tosses him onto the stairs of Hillhurst. And apparently, if you pay attention to Shadowborg, at some point after Josh got thrown onto the stairs, he manages to snatch the Beetle Gems back, because you see them on him as he's falling, and then you cut back to Shadowborg afterwards, and the gems are already gone, which means Josh somehow grabbed them after being thrown.
And he didn't even notice. It's like, oh, they're in his hands. It's like,
oh my god, I got them! What the fuck?
Josh.
He doesn't even know.
Yeah, even he. It just, how did this happen?
Saban just put them in his hand.
It's like, how did this happen? Look at the fourth wall. The camera turns to the director.
You got 3 gems. How did that happen? Yo ho ho, you became a Beetleborg.
Yo ho ho, became Beetle.
Flabber.
Wow.
Set sail for Con.
Beetles! Don't fuck it up, Drew.
Beetles, don't fuck it up, rolling. Beetles, don't give it up, Joe.
But yeah, so they get the Beetle Gems back, and thus the Beetleborgs are reunited as a team of 4 for the next 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I do actually want to finish the rest of the Shadowborg arc, though, because I want to see how it ends.
Which we will do next week on Castranger.
Oh my god!
I want to say one thing, though, because I probably not going to be on next week. His Beetle Blaster is really fucking stupid. Everyone else has like the tips of it are like based on the Beetle's horns. His is just like a fucking stick.
Because that's the horn on his helmet. It's on point.
I know, but it's just weird. Like the other ones have complex designs. You get the leftover plastic that we had.
Okay, well that's the fault of the Japanese show for designing his helmet that way.
Well,
I find it kind of funny. It's like
You find it funny. You find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm Borging are the best I've ever had.
Oh no.
Borg World!
Well, he didn't have a human counterpart in Juco Beef.
Oh, so that prop was completely original.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways, this was Rhea Sentai Castranger.
Yeah, so
Or was it?
overall, this made me appreciate Beetleborgs a bit more. And,
hooray!
Okay, I don't hate it. It's just that there are great aspects to the show, and I see why people really enjoy it. It's just that there are parts about it that are fucking cringy as hell.
Oh, absolutely.
Everyone can agree.
This show was built on 90s cringe.
So,
but that's again, it's the juxtaposition of shows like this that make them great.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm always about.
Yep.
Cool.
So yes, anyways, Jikai, Rhea Sentai Castranger. We'll be talking about episodes 29, 30, and 31.
Woo!
So, Blaze has already watched them, so he's already ready.
Yeah, if I have the chance to be on next week, I'll totally take it.
We'll see what happens.
No promises.
Yeah, no, of course.
In the meantime, thank you all for watching, liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, loving, and being awesome. The primary source of our hijinks is castranger.poppy.com. Check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/rscastranger. Tweet at us at XC Studios. Check out our Discord server where you can not only chat with us and other fans, but listen to the show live Fridays at approximately 9 to 10 p.m. EST. Check out our merch store where we have emblems and shirts and all kinds of cool shit with all the caster emblems on them. And of course, check out our Patreon where you can consider pledging to help us make the show better for you. And with that said, have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you all next week.
Flab out.
Bye.
Thanks for an amazing first year.
All right.